Can you see me? Facebook Live. This is my 30-day challenge. This is the first day of my 30-day challenge, and I can already tell it's going to be stressful and not good, but the first one never is, so away we go. Before I get started, I want to say that I realize how narcissistic this process is and how uncomfortable it makes me. And when I see people making these videos and these Facebook Live posts, it literally makes my skin crawl. So I realize the hypocrisy going on here. But on that note, here we are. So this is the 1-year anniversary for the Extraordinary Podcast, and trying to step things up and take things to the next level. So going to be talking about podcasting on Facebook Live for the next few days, and why I think it's important and where I think it could maybe fit in your life, and the role that it plays with society and with social media and everything that we've got going on right now. So with this being the first one, I was trying to figure out how I would start, what I would talk about. And as I was doing that, I was packing up a bunch of books in my room and came across this book, which is, as you can see backwards, but Start With Why. It's Simon Sinek. So he's a really great author. He's got some great books, and that book in particular really spoke to me. So it was kind of like, that's a good place to start. So we'll start with why. Why podcasts? Obviously, there's so many different forms of social media. YouTube is a big thing, and quite frankly, everything that I'm going to talk about with podcasting will also apply to YouTube and video content, but they each have their own little special niche. So with podcasting, for me, I think about podcasting the same way I think about radio. And when TV came around, radio was still there. Radio changed, but even today, radio is still a piece. And the reason why is because we can multitask. We can do two things at once, and we can't always look at video. So that's why I think the podcasting is so important, because it fills a niche that will always be there. Kind of like music. There will always be music. I feel like there will always be podcasts. But why you should be interested in a podcast and why it's important to you from a professional and or personal perspective. From a professional perspective, just like anybody else that you see on social media, it's all about content and presence, and people knowing that you're out there, people knowing what you're good at. And the more that you're presenting your area of expertise, the more people are going to look to you as an expert. And that's certainly a great thing that podcasting does. It allows you to present information. And what I like about it personally, unlike this format, I can clean it up. I can make it look a lot prettier than it really is. I can make myself sound a lot smarter than I really am. And that post-production aspect is very appealing. And not to mention, you're not in front of a camera like this, which is also a lot more appealing to me personally. But so on the personal level, why you want to start a podcast or why you would be interested in a podcast, it's sharing your message, sharing your information, sharing, again, what you know. And if you're narcissistic like most of us podcasters are, that's why we're here. You want to tell your story, you want to share your message and what you think is important. So it's a great way to kind of dip your toe into that before having to go through all the other things like video. Other than that, so why did I start a podcast? What's my whole deal with this? That is a long story, but I'll try to keep it as succinct as possible. But for me, my journey started with wanting to come up with some personal development, a personal development plan, a personal development process that helps you to improve your life, improve your lifestyle. Lifestyle design is obviously a big thing that I talk about. So for me, the impetus for the podcast was I wanted to find people that were doing the right things, that were living the right way, and find out what their story was. Why were they successful? Why were they doing what they were doing? And so it started with that, and then it really morphed into, I really just wanted to meet cool people. I wanted to find neat, interesting people that had a cool perspective that kind of aligned with some of the things that I thought was important, and just make new friends, hang out with people that I thought were fascinating. I'm a big believer in you're as smart as the people that you surround yourself with, so why not surround yourself with the smartest, brightest people? So that's kind of where the mission started, and through that, it actually helped me to clarify my message, hone my vision. And what started off as key concepts of personal development then transitioned or grew into the 8 Keys to Great plan that I'm working on now, that's based on construction principles. It's based on how you remodel your house the same way you would remodel your life. And that clarity and that focus didn't come until I had been doing the podcast for a while, till I had been talking to people over and over and over about that. So for me, that was kind of how it all started. And since then, it's been opportunity after opportunity presenting itself to grow and to learn and to get better at the whole process and to make me better at what it is I'm trying to do. So it's really, hopefully, entertaining to some people in the audience, but it's really helping me achieve what my long-term goals are. So as long as it's continuing to do that, it really doesn't matter how many listeners I have, how many advertisers I'm getting, anything like that. What matters is that it's furthering my purpose, furthering my cause, and furthering what it is I'm trying to do. So, and that's what it can be for you too. It can, what I found is going through this is that if you are trying to figure out, get clarity, going through the process of having a podcast about that thing brings clarity, it brings focus, it brings, once you say it over and over and over, once you keep talking about it, you get better and better at it, and everything evolves and improves and clarifies and makes more sense. But anyway, so that's my why, that's my day one. I'm gonna leave this video on for a few minutes so that you guys can enjoy the view. Hopefully you can hear some of the birds chirping in the nature, all that good stuff. That's how I love to start my day. So I'm always here. So you'd probably notice in the background with the sun shining, it's a picture that I take often and post a lot on social media. So it's my happy place. So from here, one thing I'll promise you, I'm not a whole lot to look at, so I'll try to give you a good view. I'm not a whole lot to talk about, so I'll try to give you some good ambiance and background noise that will at least give you a relaxing start to your day. And hopefully you'll get some good information out of it when it's all said and done. So we'll see you soon. Thanks. Bye.